Yo, here it is, the Z Files, episode 6. Thanks for listening. Been noticing everybody's been paying a lot of attention, like getting a lot of feedback. This stuff's been fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for all your support. But tonight, it's a special night because it's gonna test my skills as a radio host. And it's gonna like kind of test me a little bit, and I know I'm gonna hear from it, from all of y'all how I do with this, because it's an experiment and all that. But tonight we got an addition to the MJC management family, very talented artist. Name goes by Define, and like. We were just actually discussing this off air while we were getting everything set up for you, because we had tried this interview before, and I had introduced him as Define the artist, and then he had like a breakdown on like how I was wrong about that. So like, say what's up, and tell people who you are, man. Let people know.
What's up? What's up? My name is Define. The story behind this Define the artist, actually what we were talking about was some people know me as Define, some people know me as Define the artist. I've done some work under both names. I've originally always gone by Define, but in creating some websites and URLs, whether it was MySpace pages, whatever, Define is a common word, and so that was taken, so I had to come up with something a little more creative, and I ended up on deciding on Define the artist, and it kind of stuck with me, and so people around town started to know me as Define the artist, and so kind of known by both names.
Right.
But like I said, I prefer the short version. But either one works.
Right.
And I guess that's the story behind that. That
sure.
happened some years ago.
Cool, man. So the main reason that we got you here is so we could talk about retrospective. This new release that you got coming. I've heard it. It's dope. It's an awesome
Thank you.
compilation, man. And but this isn't your first release, right?
No, it's not. No, it's my first instrumental release.
Right.
Full-length instrumental release. I've had some work on other singles. I've self-released full album about going on 5.5, 6 years ago. That was it wasn't instrumental. It was raps, poetry, spoken word with a mix of a couple instrumental tracks, like interludes. But this new project is my 10 favorite beats that were unreleased, that I dug out of the vault, that I produced actually between 2007 and 2009. So they're a bit old, but they're classic. And they put together a good project. They formed well together. And I took quite a lengthy hiatus, and getting back in the game, and mainly wanting to focus on being a producer. I wanted to release something that would help get my name back out there.
Right.
That I believe is worthwhile and would be a waste to just sit on the shelf. And while I continue to work on new material and with new artists doing new collaborations for some future projects that I have in mind and in the works.
as a producer, when you're doing what you do, when you're creating, what do you use? Like, are you do you got a lot of machines around you? You use a lot of beat machines or live instruments, or do you do a lot of digital work? Like, how do you prefer to like piece together the beats and instrumentals that you make?
Mainly, what I'm working with at this point in time is electronic samplers, meaning software samplers, not so much not outboard gear. One day I would like to incorporate that. I mean, it's a little bit more pricey, and I would like to incorporate that one day, but right now I'm using, like I said, software samplers. That's what I've learned on chopping my own samples in audio editing software, and then as DAW, I use Pro Tools now for tracking, recording, and mixing, and whatever. I import everything into there and mix in there.
Right.
And so that's what I use. My main platform, my main programs that I use are Pro Tools, Reason, and SoundForce.
Right.
Those would be my three main software programs that I use for making beats.
Right. Nice, man. After retrospective, man. After once this is out and everybody's got it, they're listening to it. What do you got planned for after that?
I have a few projects that I have planned that I'm outlining that I've talked to some people about. I am looking to do some work with an old friend. I don't know if I'm going to just straight produce an album for him, or I'll probably do that, as well as we will put together a duo EP for a crew we used to have called Isotope, with Deep Rock Chakra, also called Chakra One, who is another MJC artist now. And I also am looking to do another production album, and I have it's gonna be that project is going to be mainly me producing. I may rap or spit some poetry on a track, but it's mainly gonna be some instrumental tracks. It's gonna be I may have a couple rappers featured, and I have a couple female singers that I've been in touch with who are interested in working with me in doing some vocals, and we're just gonna see where it goes. But I definitely have a few different directions to go, and we'll just see what happens.
Right.
So, but I have different avenues to pursue, and I would like to start making new things, continue making new things, and use whatever I can use for wherever it can fall in.
Yeah. Right.
So,
maximizing options and shit.
right.
No, that's what we gotta do. You know what I mean? As artists, it's just to try and take advantage of as many opportunities as we could possibly get, and hopefully, as we do that, we're able to have a little bit of fun and make a little bit of money and do our thing.
Correct.
So, like, what kind of music inspires like the work that you do? Like, what was like the first song you ever heard?
The first song I ever heard.
Yeah.
That I can remember, it wasn't hip hop. It was I grew up, in a house. My dad was 70s, 80s rock and roll. I guess I grew up on Kiss, so the first song I remember hearing is Rock and Roll All Night. And but I guess, as an individual, I grew up on at an early age some I guess everything from some hip hop when it was coming out that was becoming popular, whether it was Beastie Boys, Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, to a little as it was progressing, EPMD, KRS-One, and then into the kind of gangster era, NWA, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Spice One, all that stuff, Too Short, and then eventually when I, and then there was like De La Soul, Das Effects.
Right.
When I was in my middle teens is when I discovered the local scene and was inspired to really turn my writing and my focus into something positive in a total different direction when I first heard the Headshots crew. So
I remember the Headshots. I like that. Sorry, I'm going through my list. It's one of those days, my bad, bro. Sorry, I just got completely spaced out there for half a second. It's just been a crazy day. Anyway, I feel you. Like, the local scene, you said you got into it around the teens. I remember when, like, the first rapper, the first rapper I ever heard,
for me, it was
for me,
98.
98 when you,
when I was introduced.
when you were, introduced to the local scene.
97, 98.
I was introduced, about the same time. A little bit, maybe it would have been 97, 98 when I was introduced to it too, with Overcast.
Okay.
That Atmosphere album. That was when I was introduced to the local scene, and then started to follow it a little bit.
Okay.
But then, I went out to Mankato to play football, and then halfway through the year, I ended up, in a hip hop group.
Right.
And then started being a part of the scene, so it was I kind of followed it,
for me, it
from the inside out for a while.
Industrial warfare and effort, and that was right about the time Overcast actually came out, but I didn't hear Overcast till a little later.
Right.
So I guess I was initially introduced to the actual 4-track era first.
Right.
It blew my mind, changed me, and inspired me.
I remember the first rapper I ever heard was Ice-T.
Yeah.
On Breakin'.
Okay.
Remember that movie? I own that shit. I own Breakin' and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. Got them both upstairs.
Okay.
I make sure I watch them every other month or something. I gotta pop one in. But that was when I first got introduced to real hip hop. Before that, I was raised on all the 70s, 60s. My parents had a huge vinyl collection. I got a part of it over here and everything. But I listened, from everything from Bach and Beethoven to Deep Purple, and then I remember one of the first vinyls that I ever played. I ended up getting grounded for playing it because I found Two Live Crew's Hey, We Want Some Pussy.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
I found that shit in my dad's record collection. But it was off to the side, tucked behind one of the speakers. I was like,
sure.
What's
a
what?
secret?
What's that? What album's that? I've gone through all his albums. Yeah. Well, I